It's here. It is the Bobcat. Holy cow. Check this bad boy out. Oh yeah. Hey, what's up guys? Brian here, Brian's Law Maintenance. Super excited about today's video. You guys knew it was coming down the pike. I'm grinning ear to ear like an idiot right now. I am so happy. Check it out. We just got the Bobcat L28 delivered. Super excited about rocking and rolling with this thing. Joined today, special guest, Ryan. What's up, brother?
Nice to be here. Thank you for having me out.
How you doing? You doing good?
Doing great. Beautiful
Awesome.
Day, and congratulations on owning a Bobcat SAL small articulated loader.
Is that the actual SKU, SAL?
That is SAL, small articulated, or SAL.
Sal. All right, well, maybe we'll name her Sally or something like that. I don't know. We need you guys to help us out. Leave a name in the description down below. We got to name everything, because once you name it, you own it.
That's it.
That's what they say. So then they can't repo it either, right?
That's another video.
Another video for another time. All right, I do got to say, first off, big shout out to Carleton Equipment. You're one of their territory managers.
Correct.
And you've been working with them and selling Bobcat equipment for a while.
Quite some time, almost 13, 14 years now.
Holy cow, is that right?
I started off in parts and just kind of grew from there, and big kid never got out of the sandbox, you know?
Amen to
the
that.
equipment.
I love it. Well, before we hit record, I was explaining to you that I'm more of a mow and blow guy. So this is our first piece of, I guess, heavy equipment or whatever you want to call it. It's outside of my wheelhouse. So I asked Scott, who's one of our sales guys here with Carleton Equipment, I said, can I get somebody from the mothership or somebody that knows what they're talking about to give us a little 360 on the unit? He goes, I got just the guy. And that's our boy Ryan here. So can I kick it over to you? Can you give us a 360 on what we're looking at today?
I would be happy to.
All right, let's do it, bro. All right, let's pan, and there you go. First off, absolutely beautiful looking. And tell me a little bit more about the mini loaders in general, because they are really taking the market by storm, and they're so versatile.
They really have. When the SAL first came out, they were really being targeted for the arborists, not so much the landscapers, till all of a sudden a few of guys got them. From that point forward, it became some of the best equipment for mulch, light materials, snow, gravel. It just had so many more applications that you could put this in. Really became a Swiss Army knife that you wanted to have in your arsenal of equipment. You look at this machine and it is small. There are larger articulating loaders, but this is the one that's going to get into the backyard. This is the one that's going to go down the sidewalk in the wintertime for snow. This is going to be a unit that is turf friendly. If you look at those tires, you see how big they are. Look at the tread on that one. You can walk and drive this through a wet pasture and you're not going to tear it up. With that ability to have the articulated turn versus skid steer, you have a better turning radius, so you're not going to put as much force down on the ground, making it really turf friendly.
And not to interrupt you, but that was one of my biggest conversations as we've been shopping for a tractor the last couple of years versus springing to this, was that low disturbance on the turf, because it's always wet here in Michigan.
Yep. Can't get around it, especially now.
Yep.
I remember the first time I delivered one of these, somebody told me that they had upgraded to the 12-inch subwoofer, and it was so that way, you'd be able to hear your music on those great days. And I had to question them. I'm like, it does? It's not, it's actually a cooling fan.
Oh, there you go.
It is a cooling fan. We can walk around the machine. You can take a look at it from side, front, left to right. You have the bucket forks on this one. Great combination, great start. It is an SAL bucket with a high cab back. You've got great visibility from inside the cab to see your cutting edge, so that way you know what you're cutting into or digging into, and you know where your edge is at. It does offer the power bob attach. Great choice when using this, because honestly, to push a button and have that just go up or lock in by itself, you're not out there with a cheater bar trying to pry it up. It's just so much easier for your guys or you to be able to work more comfortably and work smarter at the same time, and it speeds up the efficiency of the job. You have your boom stop here for safety, so if you ever have to work on the machine, maybe you got to change a line out, things happen, you just lift your arm up, you'll take your boom stop off, stick it right in there, lock that in place just for safety. Safety is big and common sense is big. Standard flat face couplers on that one across the industry. There are over 100+ attachments that Bobcat just makes, and that's not saying any of the other manufacturers, because we all have something that would match on this. Now, a big thing that we will say with the SAL is this utilizes the Bobcat interface. this, and it's a hybrid plate. So you can use the smaller attachments or you can hook into the larger attachments.
Okay.
So it utilizes the same coupler system as its bigger brothers as well. You have access right here. This one is going to be for your windshield washer fluid. This big guy right here labeled out is going to be easily identifiable as your hydraulic fill. And you have a visible sight gauge right here, so that way you can see where you're at. Now, always remember, you want to have everything collapsed. And when I say collapse, I mean no chrome. That way you have an accurate reading of what you actually have in the sight gauge and in the tank. Just great visibility on this machine. It is a very easy entrance to the machine. Just a quick step up. Inside this cab is really roomy. I'm a fairly decent sized guy, but I don't feel claustrophobic and I don't feel condensed or cramped in here. I'm not a sardine. There's plenty of room. The seat can actually move forward and back so you can get as close to the wheel as need be for your different operators. It is a spring suspension seat. There is a lever in the center here, so if you need to crank this up or push it down, you can adjust that seat to each individual operator, so that way you are getting the best suspension for the weight of the operator.
That's awesome.
Once you're in and the door's closed, it's just a simple turn and then bring your lap bar down and you are good to go. They really did a great job when they redesigned the inside of this. They changed the screen. They went to an LCD screen. It's very visible at night and in the day. There's no reflection. There's no glare. You can see great with it. It has a very easy to operate handle and controls. You've got a radio. Your throttle's right here. It's got the suicide knob on there to make things even easier for turning. You have your windshield wipers. And if you ever question how much can this lift, you got a load chart right above you. That load chart will tell you from straight on and articulating. We're all cowboys when it comes to this industry, all right? These are safe operating. Try to keep it within there. We know we're gonna push it because it's our piece of equipment and we know what we can do to get the job done. Just be mindful and take a look up there if you question what it is.
There you go.
These windows do open and they do close. They lock in place. Now, sometimes in the summer it gets hot in here. These units do not have AC. It's a 25 horsepower motor. It just doesn't have the ability to run that AC without losing power. So you have heat, and that is great for the winter, and it's great for those fall days. And it does have a fan, so it will blow cool air on you, but it's never gonna get cold. Recommendations: leave your windshield, these doors, these windows, pop right off. You can remove the gas shock right here. You can lift the door right up and off, store it somewhere safe. That way you've got your windshield to keep you from having any of the dust, the debris, anything fly back onto your operator. And you can keep this from any rain kind of blowing in or just kind of keeping you somewhat out of the elements at that point. Come the winter or the fall, put them right back on, you're good to go.
That's awesome.
One big thing that I'd really like to point out that was a huge upgrade for this machine is when they included these two beautifully located Zerk fittings right down here. Before they weren't there, you can see they are heavily greased and loaded at this point, but that is going to help your center pin. That was not there on the older ones, and after time it does create squeaking, but now you have the ability to service this machine without having to put any new bushings in there. Very, very nice. You can see that you do have a lockout, so when it is in transportation and you have this on the trailer, even though it is a hydrostatic machine, it is strongly recommended to just lock this in place. You have a piece here, and you have your little clips to make sure that they are good to go.
I'm so excited, brother.
Accessibility. Bobcat is really big on trying to make this so you, the operator, can take care of it. If something happens, you can take care of it. You don't have to call the dealer. There's not specific host. Nothing is going to be specific to Bobcat where you have to come back to us to be able to get a hose made. You can go to any location to get a hose. Access points are incredibly easy on this one. I know it may look condensed, but it's really not. There's quite a bit of room. If I would have brought some tools with me, I could have easily just removed this nut right here, remove that panel. You'd have access to a lot more. As you can see, your fuel filter is going to be right there. You do have a little wing nut on this one, so every once in a while, always just check. Condensation can form. Open it up. You'll see if there's water in your fuel. Give it a quick close. If there is water in that separation, bleed it. Open it back up, shut it. You're good to go. Battery's right down there. Air filter's going to be right here. Just Just 2 little clips spin on, and it's an automotive style air filter. You have an inner and outer. You're gonna have your coolant over here. You've got a primer ball right here, and your diesel is gonna be over on this side. It is on the outside, so it is a locking fuel cap. If you need additional keys, contact your dealer and we can always get additional keys for your unit. Also, a plus on this is if you question, when should I service my machine? Bobcat's taken the guesswork out and we have labeled it right there, 10, 50, 250, 500, and 1,000 hours. And it literally shows you what needs to get done.
That's awesome.
We talked about the power bobcat, we talked about the hosing, we talked about the cab, but did we talk about how this L28 has an extendable boom?
No, not on this one, not yet.
Well, let's show them. There are glow plugs. May tell you to wait a second, but that's just the glow turning on. Good to go, lap bar down.
That was buttery smooth. Not too
I
bad.
couldn't have said that any better. And there are no grease points on that arm. And I know people, what can I do? Should I slather grease on that? Should I be worried about it? You have 2 nylon bushings inside that arm that are constantly, think of a bar soap. You're rubbing it on you, it keeps it nice and clean. Same thing, they are a grease wear pad. And that's gonna keep that nice and taken care of on there if you want. If you want, we'll always recommend, hey, maybe at X amount of hour interval, just slop some on there, hit it on the side, let it go, work its magic. I'll never say no to grease, all right?
There you go.
A little bit of grease goes a long way and can save you guys a big headache and a hassle at the end of the day. Tie downs, loading it up on a trailer, very easy to hook up, very easy to tie it down and chain it down. Depending on where you're at and what state you're in, DOT really likes to see at least 4 points of contact. And they also like to make sure that your attachments, because that's not actually part of the machine, are also strapped down. We can walk to the rear and you'll see them on each side. There are tow hooks right down here and one over on this side as well. Chain goes in and around, right out to the sides, lock it down. Then if you come to the front, you have a center D-ring that you can utilize right here. Chain comes right through, goes up and over, each side, left and right, making it very easy to chain down and get off the trailer and get to the job and start working and making that money. Brian, I've said a whole lot about this machine. Every time I look at it, I keep seeing something else that I forgot just because there's so many things. LED lights. So when it gets dark a little bit earlier in the fall, you guys don't have to stop, nor do you have to slow down because they are bright and they are gonna light the way and keep you guys moving. I can't think of a piece of equipment that really engulfs the Bobcat idea of comfort, serviceability, I mean just agile and tough, other than the Sal. So congratulations on owning this, and like you said, this is just one, and I can't wait to be there for the next one. And I'm sure it will come, and we will be ready to help you out. And I believe Carleton has a slogan, and I always think it's a little funny, but it is true. You know, big or small, we want to be your partners in success through it all. Whether it's sales, parts, rental, or service, we've got mobile guys. We'll be there to help you out.
That's awesome. Well, can't thank you enough, brother. Super appreciate it.
Thank you for having me out. I appreciate it.
This is awesome. Well, we'll let you get back to delivering some more beautiful machines, but look at that, folks. The business is growing. We're looking to expand, and I can't wait to see what we get into next. So there you go. Ryan, thanks again, brother.
No, thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. And enjoy and congratulations. But what are you talking to me for? Get out there. Start making that money.
Let's go.
Gentlemen, let me show you a little bit more about the controls and how user-friendly this really is. You've got a simple on and off switch right here. You have a parking brake Oh, it's going to tell us that we're going to start that machine up. We've got a parking brake right here. This one's going to be your traction override. It's just a picture of a little cell with an unlock button, and you'll hear that actually click. And I'm not going to turn it on because it's going to be a little loud, and I don't know if the video will pick it up. You also have a differential lock right here as well. This button will control your boom going in and out. This one will control if you had a grapple, that will control your other hydraulic features. And just like all the other machines Bobcat has, your trigger right down here is going to be your detent. So let's say you were running a broom on this, you would simply just click that detent, and then you'd be able to angle it left and right and be able to clear out the leaves, push away the snow, and brush the driveway however you want to do it. There is your windshield wiper blade and motor and wiper fluid. So you're basically on and off right here on that one. I won't turn it on because I don't want to spray you guys. But on the back side here, there is a hydraulic bypass. So if you needed to flush the fluid out from any of those cylinders, you would keep it in the start position. You'd be able to push that down, and if I had it up, it would drop down a little bit. Now, this one just says up and down. You know, is that the suspension? No, that's just gonna lower, and that's gonna open and close your Bobcat handles. So obviously, if it says up, we'll press and hold that up button, and those handles will come up, and that's how you're gonna be able to get in and out of your attachments. Once you're in that attachment, press and hold down, it's gonna lock them in. I'm always gonna tell you, for a little bit of safety and for the 2 seconds it takes, once that's locked down and in there, just curl down on the bucket. Try to lift the front of the machine up, because if you're not 100% locked in, you're gonna just pop right back out, and then you can try it again. It sure beats trying to fish a bucket out of a dumpster or dropping forks into the bed of somebody's truck, because who don't want to do that? It does have a Bluetooth all-weather radio on this one. So if you're out there and the weather turns, because it is Michigan, who absolutely knows what happens here? It changes every 5 minutes. This radio will actually alert you if any any storms are coming that potentially be dangerous to you guys, so that way you can seek shelter and get out of here. This button right here, it's a horn. All right, that one's gonna be a horn. It's cute, little beep beep. You know, it's not like when you're out there at the carnival and you just hear those guys. No, but it's actually a decent sized horn. So that's awesome. It. And then you have 3 fan settings on here for running the heat on that one. And like I said before, it doesn't have any AC, but it does have heat, and it does get nice and warm in here. There are vents all over, and the vents do rotate. That way you can adjust it to be on you, on your feet, on the door, help on defrost. You have a secondary operations manual in here. Safety's big, and being able to have the visibility that this machine creates really helps you be a safe operator.
Real quick, I was just realized what the red handle here.
Throttle. This one's going to be a throttle. Yep, there is a little turtle and there's a rabbit.
Oh, I didn't.
Yep. I get it. We'll shut it off. We don't want to kill the battery. Also, there isn't a gas and a brake. It is a hydrostatic system, so you have a forward and you have a reverse pedal, and they are clearly indicated with arrows. So that way there isn't a mix-up on what's going what.
Could you demo taking a bucket off?
I would be happy to.
Because we're kind of newbies, if you will. At least one of us are, Mark. Yeah, so that's like an extra upgrade on a lot of machines, but it's more standard on some of the machines now, and that's like a lifesaver. Yeah, no, I was not gonna be messing with handles, I'll tell you that. Too much of a diva.
That simple.
That's awesome. All right,
you want to get this part on video?
Hold on, one more time. What'd you say?
Are you sure you want to get this part on video?
Obviously, let's go. Rob's taking the Maiden voyage. I'm too much of a wuss right now. I don't want to hop in. It's still soggy, man. We got to fix all this. There you go. So what do we do? Give it some gas?
So what he did is he put the lap bar down, or the armrest. The armrest actually is your lap bar. This machine will not engage. It's a safety feature until that arm bar is down.
Yep.
Then once he's got that arm bar down, you're gonna have your parking brake. He'll press that button, and then you're good to go. So right now, you are fully live and functioning. This will lift up. You can curl back or forward. And then you have your forward and reverse, and just like a car. There you go.
We're doing it. Good? I got this, bro. What do I do first?
You gotta hit the green button.
Where's the green button?
Oh, I put the parking brake down. Right here.
Oh,
So did you put the armrest down?
yes.
Armrest down.
Then green?
It's gonna unlock it. Now you're gonna be able to.
Oh, that's,
And then you got your drive and your reverse pedal.
gotcha.
Throttle.
Gotcha. All right, I had it in parking brake. Oh, look at that. Oh. How do I curl like in and out?
So left and right will do your curling for your dumping.
So you're gonna dump the forks right on it.
Yeah,
So
don't do
I'm
that.
glad that that's actually like, let me show you.
Yeah.
So sometimes if it doesn't like like if you're like, oh, why won't it curl back? What's going on? See how it's pretty much there?
Yep.
Push this back over relief. And it'll curl all the way up.
That was the up down roller.
Yep.
Okay.
So sometimes what happens is you have a little bit of fluid still in there, and it's not that it fights it, but it gets confused.
Sure.
So what you're doing is you're just pulling that fluid back up over the relief, and it will curl that back all the way.
No problem at all. Hey. Nice and smooth.
Nice and slow and steady, man.
Slow and steady. All right, let's go. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. What are we getting ourselves into? All the way. Wow, that's pretty tight. Nice and easy, nice and easy.
He was bouncing up and in and out, like not going. He was gonna flip over.
No, they're super stable.
Baby's home. Good? All right, and then slow and smooth. How do I go down? Curl it out. On the ground? Sweet, and then parking brake?
No, as soon as you pull that up, that parking brake will automatically come on.
Oh, got it.
Yep. You just have to hit that every time you unlock.
The green.
Otherwise, you won't be able to do anything.
Gotcha.
Be in there like,
Gotcha.
but I want to do it.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
And then just cut it?
I don't know. That's it.
That's it.
First impressions.
Oh my God, what are we doing? This is awesome. I have no idea what we're doing right now. We're figuring it out, man. We're looking to grow. I am. Trying to catch up the East Coast, man, you know? Get our first piece of equipment. We're only one down and 100 more to go. Hey, Ryan, Scott, thank you guys so much.
Hey man, not a problem. Thank you once again for having us out.
This is awesome. Let me say this really quick, Rob. We'll sign off one more. Ryan, where can everybody find you, brother?
You can find me at the Livonia location. We have 8 different spots, but I am at Livonia, 96 in Merriman. But call me. It's the easiest way to get a hold of me because I am always out on the road.
There you go. And then I know he doesn't want to be in the video, but Scott, can I just say thank you for facilitating the deal? Hey, appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, man. Guys, over and out. Appreciate all y'all watching. Leave me some comments down below. What else do I need? What else do we need to know? Leave me comments down below. And holy cow, this is awesome. All right, over and out. Shout out to Bobcat. Let's go.